Well, I did say earlier in the week there would be a little bit of suffering involved. Hello, welcome. It is officially Saturday in wherever I currently am. And frankly speaking, yeah, what even inspired this idea? A little bit of, hey, look at that. Ow. Alright then, thank you for that. How are you people? As you can see, welcome to the Sega Genesis Collection, also known as I kinda wish Nintendo would do a little bit more legwork, but there's only so much we get out of them these days anyway. That's not $70, but even still. What are we even here for? We are here for a little bit of the Mega Man, you know what I'm saying? If anything, I kind of debated whether or not I want to stay consistent with this and just go, hey, it's either this or the Mega Man X collection because it was on sale. I don't have that. Frankly speaking, I'm just over here like, I might as well use what I currently have. Resources are available to me for a reason. That being said, I don't know how well this is going to go. I'm hoping to see if I can at least beat one of them within the night, you know? It's going to be a long one. It is definitely going to be a long one. Also, I should probably apologize for not being able to stream yesterday, but as the saying goes, sometimes a day gets fucked, and it cannot be unfucked. I don't know who said it, but frankly speaking, they were right. Sometimes you don't need to work about it. Sometimes you just need to go and stay the course, you know? And that course is just leave it alone. Tomorrow's another day, you know? That being said, hello, I'm Dr. Wily. Alright then, thank you for the 100 bits. Where did this come from? I don't understand, but I am grateful all the same. Look at this. Welcome to a diagnostics on your local Mega Man unit. Here you can see the Lemon Show. Where are we going with this? A lot of places. Well, gee, if this wasn't Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah, that essentially what we got on our case right here is just Demon out here trying to collect points. I'm just over here thinking to myself, I want to say I appreciate your example, but at the same time, you don't have to spend all your money here. It's appreciated, but make sure you're doing it responsibly, you know? If anything, I'm just like, we can only get so much going. That being said, what do you mean I'm skipping Mega Man 1? It's pretty much how I feel about it. I don't know exactly how I feel about this game, other than the fact of, it's not great. Man low-key cut me down before I could even figure out what's going on, so best course of action, go with the one that has more content, you know? It's It's reminding me that the Sega Genesis is the Sega Genesis. So that being said, here we go. In the year 2000X, a robot named Mega Man was created. Dr. Light created Mega Man to stop the evil desires of Dr. Wily. However, after his defeat, Dr. Wily created 8 of his own robots to counter Mega Man. And not gonna lie, my other desire to play this collection more or less just comes down to, hey, look at that. For some reason or another, Genesis sound fonts hit real different with Capcom games. I don't know why, but at the same time, it hits good for me. That being said, I'm fairly certain the correct order involves going with Metal Man first. I don't know. I will tell you, I've been practicing off of him and I haven't gotten far at all. So let's see if we can actually fix that while I'm asking, hey, have we entered the realm of Sour Please yet? I want to say yes. That being said, hey, tell me about your day. I know Sakura's been playing Metal Man. Wow. Mega Man Battle Network 6, and I'm just like, one of these days I would like to go into this. It's just like, the only experience I have with Mega Man Battle Network is network transmission, and I feel like that barely counts, but at the same time, it's the one I got. One, because I was a small child who knew nothing of Mega Man in the early 2000s, you know? And then the 4Kids anime happened, and frankly speaking, it sure was a thing. They really massacred that boy in that show. I can say that straight up. Whoa. Don't mind me, just damage boosting where I can. And then of course, for avid viewers of this channel, people know that my favorite franchise, well, my favorite series out of this franchise is actually Star Force, for reasons that can best be said, hey, look at that, it hit different during the DS era, you know? Also, you know, a legitimate 3D RPG, but I don't know. It's Battle Network 100 years in the future, let's put it that way. In fact, I'm pretty sure it actually had a crossover if you had a save with Battle Network 6, so all the better, right? Whoa. What do you owe me? You owe me some health back. And it doesn't seem like I'm gonna get it. Come on now. There's only so much broguarding this treadmill I'll allow out of you. What? Okay then. Be that way. And then there's this asshole, who quite literally keeps canning me in the face, and you know what? It was the style at the time. You cannot say it's cheating. There we go. But yeah, I'm over here thinking to myself, hey, look at that, these aren't ports, they're actual remakes, and you know what, that's effort that I barely see out of most people these days, so I can appreciate it, you know? Now, if I could get to that E-tank. I will say this much, though. The one thing that throws me off is just, hey, there's a little bit of a startup to Mega Man running back and forth, you know? See right here? If I just tap it, he'll turn around, but he won't actually move, so it's not quite used to that, you know? Whoa, okay. That'll... Yep. Sounds about right. Alright, let's go again. You got the tank though, true. I failed successfully, is about all I can say. Will this be a bit of a trend for this playthrough? Probably. If anything, I'm just over here like, I've never actually played an old school Mega Man game before, so here's my chance to rectify that. By playing the one that is not the NES version. Imagine that, you're going to be hearing me say a lot of woke today. Hey. And yeah, I feel it already. I feel the salt. At least I can say...
Oh, Neptune.
Exactly, my friend. We live in a time in which I am not very good at old things. I'm better at Castlevania, let's put it that way. We could have been playing Castlevania, but no, I wanted to experiment a little. And it was either this or Super Mario Bros. 2, and I'm just like, if only for that game's weird voice acting on the Game Boy Advance, you know? Speaking of which, hey, look at that, for some reason or another, I'm still thinking about Tusk Knight's comment the other day talking about how I sound like Corey Cruz, and you know what? That is more incentive to keep trying than I've heard in a while, you know? I want to get better at voice acting in general. I want to get better at narration, more like. Which is low-key why I still like playing Limbus Company, but even still, that game's story hits good in a way that few things do. Now, speaking of hitting good, and I get a sour please in chat, for as long as this boss is actually gonna go off. Ooh. Okay, not feeling the flashing lights, I know that. Wait. Look at that, I can cheat. Come on now. You're at half health. Let's see that become even less. This is the only game to have those flashing lights? Okay then, I guess I'm gonna have to do something very quick. Let's see here. There we go. That should make sense, right? Welcome to the Sega Genesis, where everything is fast and loose. Especially its release quality. Come on now. Just 2 more pips. And there we go. Well, I feel confident already. I had to use all my E-tanks, but there we go. And now we get the weapon forged by God himself. Let's see. I want to believe next should be Woodman. You know, Stevie Gunner's favorite robot master and all. It's get equipped with emotional damage, but you don't understand. I've had that every day. Now let's see. Where it at though? There we go. And I will say this once again, also hello to you, Centrist. I think we already know what this calls for. If anything, I'm just over here like, again. For as much as I've heard these songs remixed, the idea that it sounds this good on Genesis hardware is the thing that made me want to play this anyway.
Boy, what do you say?
I'm saying a lot. I'm saying thank you for actually having the points to actually use my stuff. You should be doing it more. I encourage everybody to do it. It's not annoying me. It's in fact what it's there for. Engagement go up, especially when you have party favors. And for some reason, Kyo Demon wants another Bible verse, so I will send you to Jesus. Splish. Fun fact, that is actually on the sound alert menu, so feel free to use that as well. Let's see. Where are we going with this? May he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. Well, gee, thank you, Psalms 24, for validating my experiences every step of the way. Now, if I could validate how to actually hit buttons, that would be great.
You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
Oh boy, that is a thing right there. Is this what inspired that weird episode of the Ruby Spheres Mega Man cartoon where they turned everybody into lion men? I feel like it is at this point. I feel like I'm about to die. I have nothing to show for it. Understandable. You need to watch the Ruby Spheres cartoon one day. I would say you only need to watch it for the episode where Arrow Man quite literally dunks Mega Man in the face after absorbing his power. It is also the episode where Proto Man threatens to shoot the Lincoln Memorial to get Mega Man to stop, and it's just like, I knew you could never allow the president to get shot. It's weird. Speaking of weird, hey look, that one robot gorilla reminds me of Donkey Kong, and that is a show I still have opinions on. The opinion is the show is weird, but strangely enough pretty decent. Especially for the music. If anything, I think if not for the music, the show would have tanked back in the day, you know? Oh. Somehow that actually worked. I don't understand. You had the DK show on VHS? I'm wondering, since those episodes are on YouTube, if we should do a watch-along for it. I know that may or may not be stealing an idea from Takahata, but if anything, I have the idea in my head from Vinny to start with, so what does that say? It says I'm not original. The only thing original is my ability to do something with it. Come on now. Don't throw your purple carrots at me. I know they're a thing that exists, but I'm not about it. Come on, hey. Well, that was an adventure for sure. You heard that the people working on the Wily Wars 2 released the first game for the collection for free a few days ago? That is another reason I wanted to do this, to familiarize myself for the sake of the fan sequel, you know? I'm glad you caught on to that, Epsilon. If I'm allowed to call you that. Whoa. Okay, then the Metal Blade cuts all except for Robot Spring Chicken. Good to know. As it completely potshots me before the boss, I am scared. But yeah, maybe in the midst of things we can react to that trailer as well. We'll find out. What matters is, hey look, I'm about to chop me some logs. That's me telling myself, stop coming up with one-liners if you cannot commit to the battle. But hey, at least I know Leaf Shield is an actual shield, you know? Wait. There's a reason that thing shows up in every single fighting game in which Mega Man is in, except for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and for some reason they felt the need to make a parody out of it. Which, not gonna lie, I appreciate it, but at the same time, it's just like, hey look, that game already grinds gears out of most people, why not make it worse? What? Speaking of making it worse. Alright, let's try that again. Well, you don't have to rub it in, you know. Actually, yes you do. That's exactly why that's there. At the very least, we can just go in whenever we feel like, so I'm alright with this. Do I get my E-tanks back? No. Well, gee, thank you for the tip, Geodemon. I will try my best to find that new webcam when I get to it. I'm still thinking about that, by the way. One of these days, I am trying to see what upgrades I can put towards things, but it's also just a matter of... It depends on a lot of stuff. Namely when a sale comes along, you know? What matters is I am just keeping these things more or less pinned down to my own head, you know? Speaking of which, hey, look at that. Off of Noir's suggestion, I watched that raid from Silver go off right at the start of me talking about media that's not games, Tokyo, or anime. Hello, welcome, Raiders. As you can see, this is a robot panther that shoots fire. My name is Megiddo Ichi, your local cyborg. Your local cyborg VTuber. We do all kinds of things. Apparently really getting into retro content these days. How are you? I hope the bird SMP, as I think it's called, was decent for you. Well, hey. And here it goes again. We truly live in 2000X at this point. I want to call it 20XX because I'm just familiar with that from Mega Man X. I don't know why. I have not played it. I don't know, that just makes me wonder, which one is more iconic, this or Mega Man X? Because half the time I feel like most people talk about X more, you know? And I'm just over here like, I like the music more. Okay, Centrus says X. I guess that's enough of a vote for me, because they seem to be the one who knows this stuff more than me. Now, if I could get this thing out of my way. If I could just get a duck button, that would also help. And there's yet another viewer. Thank you once again, Silver, for that. I do think X is more known than Wily Horse, true, but at the same time, I mean more so classic Mega Man in general, you know? Is the first series more beloved, or is the sequel? This game in particular, we're not talking about that. If anything, I'm surprised that it actually got on the Switch, you know? I'm surprised that I'm jobbing this hard. What's that? This is the trade-off for decent commentary? I don't know. We should be striving for better. Then again, that's also the trade-off of never actually growing up with stuff, so what can I say? Back in my day, the only games we had were Super Mario World and Donkey Kong Country, and I was not good at either. And then when the N64 came out, you know what I got? Not Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, which instilled in me a certain appreciation for that game that a lot of YouTubers refuse to give it. Is it too long? Is it too empty? Can't tell you. I can tell you that people are salty about it, that's for sure. Almost makes you wonder, hey, the first game is on the N64 collection, why not both? Who do I need to talk to at Rare to let me actually cover that game without buying an Xbox One, you know? Oh, okay then. Yo. Hello, Umbra. How are you? More importantly, how was Shin Kamen Rider, if I'm allowed to ask? Well, as you can see, I'm not quite in the belly of the beast, but I sure could stand to be there. Generally, I think it's OG, branding, name, design, but X for the games. You know what? That's actually a fair response, in my opinion. I understand. It's the brand, but people like X more, is essentially how I interpret that. If anything, I'm just over here like, hey Capcom, you're doing great. Give me a Star Force collection. Right now. It would be conducive to what I'm about. Which is to say, hey look, if you've ever played Black Ace, you understand that it's a lot better than Red Joker. If only because I like the final form of that game a lot more than I do for Red Joker, you know? X6 can fall off a tiny cliff, though. That's the one people reference the most, though. Let me hear your opinion on X6 then, Saku. She does not like Street Fighter 2, but it's Robot Masters. I can understand, but I also have no context. But hey, look. Once again, Alfred Hitchcock's famous film The Birds continues to make life easier for me. It is the second coming of the pigeon raid from Yakuza 7. Hey. Can I have another life? Please? It's got a lot going on with it. It was Christmas rushed, if I recall correctly. Generally not fun. Yeah, I can definitely get that. If anything, my understanding of the NES Mega Man games is that after a while they just became long in the tooth and more or less just ye old Assassin's Creed example of too much, too quick, you know? It's like how after Mega Man X4, it was supposed to be the end of that series altogether, but nope, we needed X5 through X8. And we all know how we feel about X7, right? Or should I say, burn to the ground, burn, 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 burn to the ground, burn to the burn, 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 burn to the ground, burn, burn, burn to the ground. Quite literally, nothing else but Flame Ironheart comes up in regards to X7. If that says anything, it says, don't bother. It's not worth it. X5 was meant to be the finale. It could be either or. I have no idea at this point. All I know is, hey, look at that. Inafune is not making Mega Man anymore. Is he making games in general anymore? I don't know. Wait. And I still have no E-tanks, so gotta make this count. We have to do things legit? Oh no. Wait. And this is pain. Everlasting. I haven't heard about him since the Mighty No. 9 shit show. That says everything it should, not gonna lie. Do you trust this man with your money? As he's disappearing in the most guilt-trippy way possible in his Kickstarter trailer? I would have thought, but then again, I was a broke high school student, so I guess my money is better spent in the future, not buying Red Ash. especially since Red Ash never came out. You gotta wonder the nerve of somebody to ask for money for another product when the product has not been delivered, you know?
You swindled me.
Either way, I'm just over here thinking to myself, hey, look at that. How many times is Koji Igarashi gonna release DLC for Bloodstained? Probably a lot. For some reason or other, Child of Light has DLC in that game. And I'm not gonna knock it, I'm just a little surprised. And then also just makes me, well, wait, he produced a game this year? Are we talking about Iga? Because I don't think he has. It's more so me referencing just the fact of, hey, are you gonna make something else? Fantasy Life, the girl who steals time. I'm gonna have to look that up during a break. Inafune, okay, fair. I can't believe this man is still making games. I can't believe this man still wants that street cred. It's certainly more street cred than what's his name, Yuji Naka has from jail. This man is going to jail for Final Fantasy the First Soldier. Keep that. Let's talk about that for a moment. How do you screw up this hard? Literally, you could have just made Balan 2 if you were so inclined, because they seem to be keeping you at Square Enix. And I don't think anybody wants Balan Wonderworld 2, but then again, Square Enix loves to make all kinds of bad decisions these days. It's quite literally to a point that I think the only person making the money right now is probably Yoshi P. We'll have to see how FF16 does in sales down the road, you know? Save the Metal Blade for Woodman, but the Metal Blade tears through God itself. Hello though, Mike. As you can see, I am trying my best. For the love of Christ, I'm trying my best here. Oh no, they said that Balan was a one chance, and if he fucks it up, you get nothing, and Square fucked him over. I mean, I feel like this would be a major case of misunderstanding what this man is actually able to do. But then again, it's Keiji Inafune. Ever hearing about that interview in which he tried to fire his American staff over nothing, and them immediately clapping back because some of them actually knew Japanese? Tells me I don't really feel the need to give this man credibility, you know? Yeah. Or should I say the benefit of the doubt, you know? Well, good job. Now you have no children. What? Okay. See, this is why I don't feel too conservative about the Metal Blade right here. As long as they keep giving me health and energy, I'm good with this grinding spot right here. I do want an extra life, though. I don't think they're gonna give it, though. I can do stuff like that. If anything else in the stage will die to the lemons. True, but the lemon tree is failing me in places, you know? Stuff like this dumb rabbit with his purple carrots going every which way, and I'm just like, please, get out of my way. It's not wabbit season. It's certainly not duck season if I'm not allowed to crouch, you know? I can... Okay, hitbox is wonky, fair enough. I'm not allowed to duck over you? Oh boy. Give me my health back. Or not. The lemons are infinite. But the blade's power is eternal all the same. Crouching in my 1990s game? Unheard of. But sir, it's 1994. We have innovations to work off of. If Mario Jumpman Mario is able to evade certain death by quite literally crouching under a thwomp, I think I'm not too wrong to ask for the same in other places. And Metal Blade is near infinite. Exactly. So as I pray unlimited citrus words. If I had Archer's voice on the soundboard, you'd be hearing it right now, just for you. I can jump, but I cannot guarantee that I can shoot. I can, however, get completely debated by stuff like that. Well, that was just me jumping too early. Are you trying to tempt a lemon-only run? I hope not. Give me a little bit of a break. This is my first time playing a classic Mega Man game in general. What Mega Man, exactly. We live in a place and a time, and it's not called using our words correctly. What's that, a Twitch streamer who can enunciate? I feel like that's 99% of them. Yeah. Honestly, the best classic Mega Man game was Mega Man and Bass. I feel like most people would fight you on that. But then again, I'm over here like, I like bass in concept, you know? As somebody who actually likes bass and music anyway. He's Mega Man, but not Proto Man, but Mega Man, but a little bit purple. Why is he so purple? And then for some reason, Dr. Wily must have been going through a little bit of a soul phase because they named his robot dog Gospel. Let them fight me, I know what I said, fair. Like, I can't believe Aunt Centris said I have nothing to lose. Okay, fine. I will do it the way Mike wants. The funny PP launcher. Come on now. I know you can hear me. I know that you understand that we've already been through this. You know what? There's too much power involved. Cut what you will. Yeah. But for real though, going back to what I was saying before the raid, I watched that Jet Li film that Noir recommended, Unleashed, and you know what? I don't know what I expected, but what I got out of it was, not gonna lie, a pretty sad film about a guy who just wants a normal life, you know? Also a piano. He really wants a piano. And of course, it's just, honestly, I feel like you can pretty much work with anything in regards to martial arts and a decent story, you know? Especially when Mr. Morgan Fuck the Code Freeman shows up, you know? I hope we never let go of Wanted, you know? If nothing else for how stupid it is. Also, it's good to love Base because he got the best redesign in Battle Network. This is true. And then he attached his robot dog to his arm, and that led to the aesthetic designs in Star Force. I have no idea, but I want to believe that's the case. Curve your bullets for style. Curve your bullets for practicality. For some reason, this is a thing that exists. Ooh. See, this is this kind of cheaping out that I appreciate quite a bit. The game wants to be salty with me, I can be salty back. And then it does stuff like that. Gonna go take a shower, so BRB. Alright. Feel free to do so while I am falling to my death for no reason at all. If anything, I guess we'll be here a bit. What? Alright, that's what I call diminishing returns, but no big deal. More important is just making sure we can actually get to Woodman and figure him out a little bit. Now the real question is whether or not this is a forest or a jungle stage. What do you think, chat? Because personally, I'm of a mind of I have no idea how stages work in the future. It's more so, okay, the answer is yes. The answer lies in the heart of prog rock. Ooh. Well, gee, if you're gonna give me stuff like that, maybe I should have taken a little bit more damage. It is indeed a forest and/or jungle. It is a heavily wooded area located outside of civilization. For some reason or other, it also has rabbits that can shoot carrots. Which I want to ask Dr. Wily, why though? If anything, I would imagine carrots should be batteries for this thing. Whoa. Sir. I know you have places to be, but please. This is a one-way street. Slow down a little bit. And now we try our best not to get eviscerated by leaves of all things. Funny thing I figured out though, apparently according to some people, Woodman's leaf shield is made of the same material as the metal blades, so I guess that makes a little bit of sense, you know? Okay, alright. Clearly I can't jump into it if I'm trying to jump over it. Capcom should really remake X-Command Mission. I would welcome it. Mega Man RPGs seem to work pretty well, you know? Alright, let me do the exact thing I just said I was trying not to again. Ooh. At the same time, it's Capcom. Do you trust them to? I mean, they've earned a little bit more clout off of Resident Evil, the amount of collections they put out for Mega Man, Devil May Cry, and apparently Dragon's Dogma 2. Let's put it this way, you trust them like you would any game developer in the current era. It's more a matter of give me the thing and then we'll talk, before anything else. I can't expect that out of Konami, because Konami doesn't deserve what they've got. Use your iframe if needed. Oh boy, this is a thing that I can use to my advantage. Who would have guessed? It's Almost as if this belongs in the NES era. This is not a dig at you, Mike. This is more me lacking ability to actually do things. Now the real question is... Never mind. I was just gonna be like, do we go back to the stage select? No, my brain says we keep going until we figure it out. Which is to say, hey chat, what's a thing you get stuck on every time it comes up? Because frankly, it's one of those things that's just like, hey, look at that. Me, finally done with the training arc. The thing that came up a lot for me was trying to read a textbook, you know? An online textbook and that I was forced to pay a subscription fee for. And honestly, it did help a bit, but it's more a matter of just... None of this is actually conducive to a schedule, you know? Especially considering the fact that my degree was actually accelerated by about half of the time, you know? You expect me to get all of this in within 16 weeks? No. Wait, did I say 16? I meant 8. Phone calls? I get that. Frankly speaking, I'm the person who actually has to do phone calls for a living, and you know what? It's not the worst, it's more a matter of just understanding that people are agitated and don't want to deal with anything whatsoever. But then I become the one that's agitated and don't want to deal with them. Which is to say, it's a good thing my temperament always stays level, you know? I can disassociate with the best of them. How be Mans today? Mans is good. Mans is quite mega, but also, what man is wood? We can't eat wood. How are you, Teeps? How is the Strail, if I'm allowed to ask? You never did ask me why you do not like Ting Yung, but... I mean, you never did answer me on that, but I hope it's been treating you alright. If anything, I'm just over here like, look at all of this bullshit. All center work is literally disassociating the job. Yeah, I most certainly feel that. Back before what they turned me into what you see before over at Megiddo, I used to be the person who did all the IT... did all the call center work at the tech firm, but then they decided, hey, look, we're going to offer you a promotion, and that promotion turned out to be bioengineering experiments. Also, you're just waiting for more story content. I understand. I still have not gotten to Space China, but at some point we'll fix that. More a matter of just, I need to actually nut up and grind character levels. Because for some reason or other, I feel the need to stream my progress, but ultimately, it's just one of those hangups. I kinda sorta don't play games off stream anymore. Despite what I keep talking about with Tears of the Kingdom, but that's kind of the one exception, you know? You just don't like your personality? Wow, that's actually the most valid take I've had somebody say for a Vugacha game in a while. Once again, the chickens really want to just take my health away by standing. One of these days, I also feel the need to just write down my own lore, you know? You should be asking questions of me, chat. Like, why do I keep coming in here and immediately getting pot-shotted? She's shady in the story. Well then so was Sampo, but at the same time, I appreciate his dialogue because he's a slime ball, but he actually has legitimacy to him. He's a comic relief character, turn into a yassified freak, let's put it that way. Wah. You've just been feeding off of Street Fighter 6, it's like crack. You're not just saying this because of the women, are you? Okay, this is looking bad. Wow. If only I had E-tanks to maybe cushion the blow a little bit. This is on me. We got too excited to begin with, and we spent them all on Metal Man. You played day 1 for like 19 hours and barely ate anything? Yes. I don't understand how your brain works, Teeps, but I do understand that the thing you should be doing is taking care of yourself. At least have a sandwich nearby. Bogus is what this is. Alright, I genuinely feel a little bit sad about that. Look, if Sampo was voiced by Patrick Warburton, no would have blinked an eye to Swiggy's behavior. Is this because Patrick Warburton also voices a cop, or something else you're alleging at? He also voiced Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story spin-off cartoons, so I do feel that at least. Then again, I can't really do it this way because my voice is dry. Give me a sec. I don't know, that "hey, Peter" really do be hitting different half of the time, you know? We're thinking a bit closer to Kronk. I mean, I don't think Kronk is a sleazeball, he's just kind of a dork, you know? I do feel what you mean, though. Frankly speaking, he does kind of have bootlicker tendencies, but I get it, you gotta keep that job going somehow. That being said, keeping up with the idea of that, why don't we just go ahead and try a different stage to be certain of things? How about Crash Man? Namely because I want to hear a different stage theme. What Sampo is 100% trustworthy, give him your social security number and your bank information. Implying I have either of those? Also, what's this about, Sky? I don't fully comprehend. But yeah, frankly speaking, I'm just... NES background is just black. Welcome to the Sega Genesis, where we have a little bit of a thing called more processing power. We're not gonna call it blast processing, because frankly speaking, that's kind of a gimmick. It's like Mode 7, how many SNES games do you remember using it? Just Super Mario World and F-Zero, I think. A little bit of Super Metroid 2, if I remember correctly. They could have made it blue. They could have made it blue, but this is Capcom. They quite literally needed to release a Mega Man game every year. And they cared more about Robot Master designs, if I had to be honest. Some of which were even fan-submitted. Okay, then I see. These aren't platforms, these are just fences. This isn't platforming, this is just farming. Sega does what Nintendo don't, which is be a little bit more consumer friendly. I don't know. Frankly speaking, I feel at this point Sega has just become the Yakuza and Sonic company. Am I wrong on this? They could stand to do more with their IPs, you know? The Super Effects chip, it was ahead of its time and awesome. I forget what it does. which is telling you exactly my experience with the SNES. Which is to say, I got to enjoy literally 2% of what was good about it. We're getting a new Samba de Amigo game, so that's something. True. I honestly forgot about it, but even still, that just says, hey, look at that. Sega quite literally doing what Nintendo don't, which is to putting good games on their hardware. This isn't necessarily true, it's more a matter of, hey, who has a mid-take about Xenoblade? For somebody who has not actually played Xenoblade. I once heard it called an MMO, and I'm just like, just because it has an open world and multiple party members doesn't necessarily make it doesn't necessarily mean it follows an MMO template. That's Xenoblade X, you know? And this is coming from a guy who likes .hack GU. I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to single-player MMOs, you know? Hey, I need that. I don't think we're making it at a Crash Man stage with this one, chat. They just keep giving me good stuff. The best game in the Xeno franchise is Xenogears, period. I don't know, it doesn't have Crispin Freeman in it. Then again, I've never played Xenosaga either, and I think the only person I've ever actually seen do anything with it is Eat Doggo, and I'm a little ambivalent, you know? There we go. Amazing, I have full health, and it only cost me about 3 minutes of looking at cans continually jumping me in the face. Can't have a rainbow. Can't have a rainbow without Rhine, baby. I don't know about you, but Rhine time is the meme that keeps giving, especially with that whole High School Musical edit somebody did way back when. It's important. It's the culture of this series. Okay, then I didn't realize Mets were that aggressive. It's not about the robots, Mega Man. It's about the Mets, baby, the Mets. Let's go Mets. Oh look, more of that. Which is to say, I need to be prepared. Okay, right idea, wrong execution. There we go. If only I could have it. If only I could stop taking unnecessary damage. This'll do. Never mind. It's not looking good. These controls, they do confuse me. Why? Because I am easily confused. Oh boy, these birds love me. And that one clearly does not love its children enough. Sad life. But then again, every life is sad when it goes to the ambitions of Dr. Wily, you know? I think Dr. Wily is a little bit sad himself. I would be too if I was quite literally snubbed at every idea I had by a man who sounds like a drunk in a particular game, or the PlayStation 1 where everyone sounds drunk. Ooh. Now if I can just make my way down here without wasting literally everything I came with. Alright. Look, Wily had one successful robot and it ruined the entire planet. True, but this isn't about Zero, it's about Dr. Light invalidating everything he stood for as a partner of his, you know? It was not an equal relationship, let's put it that way. drunk, and his blue squeaky boy, True. I know it's actually canonical to the character, but Rock really did have a real case of small boy syndrome in Mega Man 8, didn't he? And then it continued on through the entire CPS2 era, including Marvel 2. Why? Because why go through the effort of revoicing him when you can just keep on using the same voice lines? It's like Morgan Sprite from Darkstalkers, literally never stop using it. To which I say, hey, look at that. I remember when certain somebody what from the Slave Zero X dev team commented about how I kind of give off that same vibe as Morgan, and you know what? I'm glad somebody like that had that keen of an eye, you know? Where? I don't like you much, Crash Man. What are you even? Are you a bomber? Are you a crash test dummy? Why do you have pins for arms? Do they have gasoline in them? With Morgan Sprite is iconic, long may it reign. I'm glad somebody gets it. Also bring back Mega Man Legends. I would fight you on that if only because I don't trust them with Mega Man Legends 3 anymore. Mostly because I never really cared that much about Mega Man Legends because I never played it. I would be glad for something else, you know? Something of the same vein, but a little bit different. Sir, could you stop jumping so I may shoot you? As jump and shoot, man. Speaking of having no idea what I'm doing, hey, look at that. I am currently 15 episodes into Kamen Rider Ryuki, and there's something to appreciate about the naivete of everybody's favorite sort of failman Shinji Kido. Which is to say, I don't know how this man has this much patience with Ren's bullshit, but at the same time, I can at least admire that. Especially considering the fact that this man quite literally had a breakdown off of the idea that he may have to concede his morals in regards to not killing anybody in order to stay a writer, you know? He literally has it in his mind that he's going to do his best to make sure writers stop fighting each other, to which I say, my guy, you're in a battle royale. I'm sorry, but it does not work that way. Also, Crashman is a demolitions robot based off Bombman and Gutsman systems. See, this is why I appreciate people who know what they're talking about in terms of the lore, because I don't know. I can tell you quite a bit about Star Force, but everything else, nah. A little bit of Zero, but then again, that's because I've watched reviews of the Zero franchise, you know? Zero series, I mean. Yeet. Okay, clearly I'm gonna have to come back with something else. Or I can continue to waste these lives I've got. How many do I have? No more. Good enough. We can continue to fail to this boss and look good doing it. Question is, do I get to keep this E-Tank? Because I hope so. If anything, it would be extremely conducive to finishing off Woodman, you know? Yeah. There was a strategy there, and then it was lost. To which I say the line, Pip, you know? I have still not played Pizza Tower yet, and I'm just like, at some point I will, but at the same time, the memes are good. Oh, do I appreciate them. Crashman is weak to air shooter, which means in this case it's gotta be Metal Man, Woodman, Airman, then Crashman, is what I'm hearing. Either way. Can you imagine that, ladies and gentlemen? Imagine jobbing this hard to a piece of wood. Couldn't be me. Except that it is me. Is this your streamer chat? I'm surprised. But yeah, taking it back to Ryuki, I'm just over here thinking to myself, it sure is quite a bit of a jump going from Geats all the way back to the beginning of the Heisei era, you know? Especially considering the fact that half of the time this feels less like a Kamen Rider show and more of a drama with a little bit of Kamen Rider in it. Then again, I am the person who says everybody should give Black Sun a try. It's important. To borrow a statement from the 2010s, it's that show that what exists on HBO was a legitimate adaptation because, frankly speaking, everybody seems to think that Gen Urobuchi is the darkest writer of all time, and he's not. If anything, he's lightened up quite a bit. Shoutouts to Thunderbolt Fantasy, it's actually a really good martial arts show with Taiwanese puppets no less. There's also me looking at Fate XL Zero Order and going, hey, look at that! Everybody who loved the tragedy in Fate Zero, guess what? Kiritsugu actually gets to keep his wife this time. Why? Because he deserves it. And this time he's got 2 daughters, and one of those daughters belongs in jail. Stop trying to kill everything, but I like killing everything, but I get what you mean. I will do what I can to just get out of the way. If anything, I'm too used to the idea of just making sure that there's nothing else involved. Chloe belongs in the hydraulic press. You gotta understand, she came out of the cart. She was already pressed. If anything, I really do not like Prisma Ilia for as much of a gotcha moment as it is for the entire series, you know? It does not need to exist. And quite literally, as much Fate slander exists already, I think it's one of those things that's just redundant at this point. Now this is a thing I need to kill, but even still. My name is Kilgar of Kilgaria. I'm a Kilgarian. I love to kill. It sure would be nice to know what Harry Partridge is up to these days. I definitely appreciate his work, but at the same time, it only comes out once in a blue moon. Why? Because I think this man has actual things in his life, and I can't fault him for that. If anything, animation on YouTube is probably one of the most diminishing returns I could see of any content creator. Unless you're a storytime animator, which is a different thing altogether. Also, Dramen writer, hey, look at that, Teeps understands right from the jump. You should watch Agito. It's quite literally the most J-drama Kamen Rider I've seen in a while. Whoa. Ugh. I really don't want to use the Z-Tank already, but if I can cheap this out, I'm gonna try to cheap this out. It's not poignant for my survival. Yeet. See what I mean? The metal blade quite literally does it all. almost say it's too much power. Also, Prismalia, it's fine, it's a certain portion of its fan base that needs to ease up. I would contend that it's a little bit of both when the marketing is the way it is, you know? I'm the person who says, hey, look at that, you can skip the entire series and just go watch Oh Thunder Snow, but at the same time, the genuine question is, where is your sense of appreciation for the series outside of that particular spinoff? That's the real question I have to have for people. And it also doesn't help that the writer of Prismalia also wrote the worst chapter in Fate Grand Order, so I'm gonna keep up that slander. You can say it's fine, but I'll say it's not for me. It's quite literally so bad that they basically just took his daughters and gave them to other writers, which I say, in the case of Scheherazade, I feel like that was the right decision. Why? Because she gets to be put next to Nitocris, and frankly speaking, they complete each other in a way I haven't seen in quite a bit. It gets a small pass for Bizet. That is correct. That is objectively true. She's become such a good character. Exactly. I will say it now, and I will continue to say it. Let brown women cook, you know? Especially in the gacha market, where, frankly speaking, we get nothing, and nobody will allow it to exist otherwise. Whoa. I defy you, Metal Man. Woodman, I mean. We already defied Metal Man. It's gone now. And look at that. Cheating works. Also, be like me and simply detach yourself from the idea of caring about how it's marketed versus the fact that it is marketed. But that's the thing. I genuinely feel as though Brillia poisons the well when it comes to this franchise. It's not about the fact that it is marketed, it's about the fact that it quite literally has like 5 or 6 seasons compared to everything else that exists. It's quite literally a matter of what was he cooking? And why does it smell rancid? Okay, I see. You're not launching. This is just the Corona Mountain Sparks. Alright. Shoutouts to Super Mario Sunshine, another game that's strangely contentious. Now do Airman. I'm trying my best. I want to be, well, the opposite of that one music video about how that one Japanese guy could not beat Airman. And how do I do that? By beating Airman. Shoutouts to that video, by the way. It's actually really good. Well, gee, don't you look like something that needs to give me your cloud? Hey you, get off my cloud. A joke that is for Centris and nobody else. That one video that led to one of the best Jam Project songs. Jam Project covered Airman's theme? Or am I thinking about something else? Shove a bunch of leaves in and clog the fan. Exactly. He was trying to cook, but he wasn't even in the kitchen. Are we talking about Minase? Because frankly speaking, I do feel you on this. That man has never been to culinary school. I would argue he hasn't been to... I would argue he hasn't been to writing school either. Then again, I try not to stick my foot in my mouth in statements like that. I just believe. Remember when everybody clowned on Reki Kawahara for how he wrote women in Sword Art Online? That is Mina to a T, and he has not apologized. Now, if I could make this jump again. Come on now, get out of the way. Okay, fine. We'll do this your way. Question is, will this actually one-shot? Actually, no. I guess I really do just need to spam lemons in his face. Here's a question, chat. If you put enough citric acid in a battery, do you think it would power a robot? Is I'm just of a mind if we have potato-powered clocks, why not? I feel better than a cleaned lemon gun. I'm not going to ask too deeply what you mean by that, but I'm glad your shower went well. Look at that, Mega Man has got equipped with kitchen gun. And now the robots will sparkle like new. He needs to read Bloom into You and discover that women are people like the SIO guy did. He needs to read the one part of Tsukihime that involved what's her name? What is her name? I don't remember. I know who I'm talking about. Shiki's little sister in Kohaku, that's who I mean. Akiha, that's who. Then again, Akiha has her own problems that frankly do not need to be discussed here, you know. What I'm saying is Nasu's writing is actually pretty decent when it's not quite literally pandering, but you know. Okay, here's the real question. Did I see a ladder, or do I just need to drop down? Because I can't tell. Well, that answers that. Thank you, Suspicious Clouds, for making me leap of faith like it's Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, yes. Everybody's favorite nimble and quick space pirate from Metroid. Kraid. I need that, though. It was worth the pain. She's trash. Okay, fair enough. Sounds to me like somebody who quite literally only cares about the funny joke character. Which you're valid, but at the same time, I mean... I want to talk about CL. What's that? Me? The funny devil cyborg, what, like the nun character? Who would have thought? To which I say, the church is not actually a religious organization. Certainly not in the logic of actual church, but you get me. Worth. It continues to be worth. These birds are a godsend. And so is that glitch. We live in a time in which Airman continues to be the thing that saves me. Wait, no. Leaf Shield. But for real though, I do think that you should go play Melty Blood. It's one of those things that's just like, it's hard to recommend fighting games to people, especially one that does not actually get players. Hey. Look at my friend, he's already dead. And we didn't even need to continue for it. It feels good. It feels good to actually be able to do this legit. And now we get the air shooter. Get equipped with clogged fan. Shoutouts to Ionic Breeze, you have never helped me one day. Oh, look at that, a message from Dr. Light. Item 2 completed. Get your weapons ready, Mega Man. And we also get item 2. What does it do? It turns me into Proto Man, that's what it does. Okay then. 3 down, 3 to go. 3 down, 4 to go. Which to say, Crashman next, right? Good than you. It's amazing I can actually do stuff like that. Also, yes, I too love the melted blood. I too feel the need to ask, hey Centris, who is your main? If you said Shiki Ryoji, then Ryoji, no, Ryogi. Frankly speaking, that's the character I wish would show up in Type Lumina. I'm still holding out. Why? Because the DLC has been free all this time, and we seem to be getting a new character at some point or another. And it's just like, hey, look at that, everybody expects it to be another Fates character, and I'm just like, yeah, just make it good. If it's Salter, though, then wait, no. If it's Jalter, I think I will main her day 1. What's that? It's the return of White Girl Wednesday? Yes. I don't know if anybody actually pays attention in the community, like, wait, it's Coulter? Do you mean Alter? Because if so, I will take a little bit of dinosaur DNA, I'm alright with that. He has the big spear and he doesn't afraid of anything except his haughty Irish villainous wife, who he does not love. He's there for the money. And even then, they still have dual income. Not gonna lie, I feel like Maeve would do well in a fighting game as well. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's because she's the CEO of Thoughtitude. I can't tell you anything else about this character other than she low-key got darn dirty by writing, but she continues to be able to cook. Probably because history has kind of demonized her for a lot of the same stuff that the men do in the Ulster cycle, so... I don't know. It's contentious, is my point. Was that me a little bit of a history nut? Who would have thought? It's almost as if Fate is extremely easy to get into when you care about mythology and all of that. Then again, that's also the issue a lot of people have with Nasi's writing as well, especially when you have stuff like Hindu gods being literal aliens, but oh well. It's a matter of where can you find the fun in it. Speaking of the fun, I would like to get off this funny slip and slide right now. Have you seen Drifters? I have seen Drifters, and I wish Kota Hirano would stop being a lazy bum and give us Season 2 already. Why? Because frankly speaking, he literally is the reason we're not getting it. When he's halfway through writing the manga, that's when we'll get it according to him. And I do not believe him at this point. And then, hey, look at that. Continuing the trend of evil Joan of Arc, here's Joan of Arc with fire powers and a bad attitude. And then there's also Anastasia with ice powers, which I say, are they in the same writing room? I feel like they are. Ow. I don't know. At this point, it's just like, hey, look at that, Joan of Arc, but she's been actually demonized, is kind of a running trend at this point. Dragalia's done it, Grand Blue's done it, Rage of Bahamut has done it. And again, all three of those I just listed are owned by Cygames, so what does that tell you? It tells me they'll recycle ideas if the ideas can actually cook. And then I also look at Darkjan from Grand Blue, and she kinda sorta has a better aesthetic than Jalter, you know? She's less of a clone and more of a... what's the word I'm looking for? A darkened persona. Hey look, I still get my E-Tank. Amazing. Thank you, 1994 Capcom, you seem to understand what I need. I can't believe we're getting equipped with conscious game design. Also, yeah, pretty sure the hooded guy is Jesus. Borrowing Fate terms, he's Jesus Alter, who decided to turn his back on humanity and help the demi-humans instead. And if you've seen how the elves end up, then frankly speaking, I think they deserve it more. He also low-key gave a dragon cancer to harvest his body for raw materials, and you know what? That says everything I need to know about the ends. That they justify the means. Speaking of which, hey, look at that! Somehow we are still cooking. I guess when you've actually seen the level, you actually know what you're doing. Not sure how I feel about that quarter of a health bar I've lost, but we'll make it work either way. Somehow we are still making it work. Hello, Crashman. You're looking especially greener around the eyes today. Wait, no, this isn't it. Wow. Well, gee, I'll take those hits, because you seem to be cooked, my friend. Okay, never mind. That got a little bit dicey, but I lived, right? It's a W I will take in good confidence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is not the color I expected, but fair enough. Either way. That being said, I low-key need a little bit of a break, so if it's alright with you, consider sticking around. We may be finishing this faster than I expected. That being said, I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves if you feel so inclined.
Hoy, what do you say?
Splish! Can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
Well, gee, everybody's having a field day with the redeems. It's a dream come true. Also, Genshin jump scares. Say what you will about Genshin Impact, I will continue with the slander its name didn't say, but I do like Hu Tao. If nothing else, but because she's a sussy little weirdo. Go to Heatman next? Alright then. We can defeat I'm sorry, I'm choking a little bit. We can defeat Heat with air? Never would have thought. Last I checked. Oh. I had to let it play out, you know? What do you mean my wife can spin? I'm in spin without the spin and replaced with 2 B's, you know? I wish it could be a BB takeover. I would quite literally commission somebody to make a BB model for me right this second if I could. Okay, there we go. It's finally bad again. There are destructible sections here too. I'm gonna have to find them. 2 Bs, if you will. No, that's a different robot. Granted, I do like her too, but that's more Kubo's bag, you know? Okay, can you leave? real question is, chat, what's your take on the Niers and all of that? It's not gonna lie, I know some people are not about it. And I know some people are just in it because of the gacha waifu, but not even a gacha waifu. It's just like, hey, look at that. There was a whole time between Nier Automata's development and release. There's just like, hey, who do you like more, this marketable doll character or the entire cast of Mass Effect Andromeda? Which I say, I don't know, which of these is a stereotype? They literally had to apologize for the writing in Mass Effect Andromeda, and you know what? That says everything it needs to. Alright. We can be good at video games, I swear. That's right, just get a little bit closer. I can take the heat, I swear. Also, I feel the need to ask, how is Heatman's stage a sewer like this? Also, it's an acquired taste for you to be as hot, that's the take. Understandable. What's this? We enjoy women here? Who would have guessed? Now that we're done with that, I may have to use this E-Tank. I'm scared, ladies and gentlemen. Also, according to Umbra, she loved the first Nier and Platinum Automata. Honestly, I would like to play the original Nier, but at the same time, I want to play Gestalt. I'm sorry, I stand by my take that apparently Centris agrees with. I prefer Nier as a dad. Nier before he became Joel from The Last of Us. Oh god. Well, wish me luck on this one then. Well, luck is not with me this day. Quite literally.
A test of your reflexes.
Papa Nier is the better version of the character. It's even better considering the fact that the dialogue is so awkward around it. Like, you do realize that Kaine is like 20 years younger than you. Why are you talking to her like some frat boy who just realized what girls are? The leaf shield is not conducive to what I'm after. Hey. What I'm actually after is freedom from this actual part of the stage. Get out of here. I will take that though, thank you. It's because they didn't change the writing for Dad Nier. You are correct, and frankly speaking, I think Yoko Taro is better for it, not gonna lie. The awkwardness helps. Yeah. How did I do this before? There we go. It was just changed to create the appeal of the West without dialogue changes. Well, guess what? It worked. I want them to do it again. You gave me a remake of Replicant, that why can't you just swap the character models and put Jameson Price in there again? Hey. I don't like this. Not one bit. Okay, that's how that works. At least I know now. Also, he technically is in the remake. Where? What do I need to do to put him in there? Okay, really? Is this how we decide to live? Spinning around with our googly eyes, just causing problems on purpose? Well, I mean, it is the 80s, it was the style at the time. And you're gonna do... Okay, fine. You've earned my respect this day. That looks destructible, though. Question is how? Is this the part where I use... whatever this is? Because that looks like a rocket. A rocket that does nothing to the robot master... to the robots. Oh well. Oh, I need that, though. Can you ride the rocket? Let me see. Apparently, yes. Not that it actually helps in this situation. Hey. Crash bomb destroys walls. Okay, fair. Will I get hit? Well, I'm glad for that. It's not friendly fire adjacent. Let's try that again then. As long as I can avoid being put in a rock in a hard place, I will survive this day. As I continue to not know how to equip things. Give me my health back. I'll take it. I'm not that worried. I am not that worried. Okay, then for a moment there I was just gonna be like, you're going to punish me for existing, aren't you? I find it wild how Papa Nier is like the polar opposite of DMC Dante, a Western-targeted redesign that's actually more beloved than the OG. That's the thing, isn't it? Frankly speaking, I'm just of a mind of... when you hit it that hard on the head, frankly, it works. And you know it works because, frankly speaking, they kind of sort of copy the same idea for a lot of stuff that's coming out right now. Dad of Boy, Last of Us... Quite literally, I think The Last of Us came directly after Nier, so what does that say? It tells you that when the writing is good, the writing is good. Okay. Well, that tells me some things. Like how you're kind of a son of a bitch down there, you know that? Ah. Who put you down there? Who made you what you are? Was it Dr. Wily? I bet it was. I hate it. Who got in Himmel do I hate it? Heck. I almost think that the thing we should be doing is this. If it'll let me do it, that is. Okay, then got curious and didn't stick the landing. That's how life goes sometimes. What matters is we have context now, and we can take that context and create more context. Also, how did you get into contact with the little green monster? I think it was through Choo Choo Online, actually. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, but apparently they both like Tokimeki Memorial, so I think they collabed at one point or another. And then the rest is still being written as we speak. And then the rest is also up to Noir. Hello, my friend, how is your day? Would you like to discuss robots? Would you like to discuss how I'm actually jobbing quite hard right now? To the point that I have no more energy for this. Beep. I can't believe I have to do things legit. Better yet, let me actually equip something that can do damage. Also, you notice you were talking about DMC. Yeah, it's comparing the quote-unquote spin-off Dante to Papa Nier from the original Nier. And you know what? It's just like, hey, look at that. We like Papa Nier more than we like Dante. What does that say? It tells me maybe if you're not besmirching the name of a series in the name of the fact that you believe that Dante from DMC4 is a gay cowboy, then things are allowed to exist in a good light, you know? Also helps that Papa Nier didn't literally tell his counterpart not in a million years while accidentally wearing a wig on his head, so maybe it was pointlessly subversive. Who would have thought? If anything, I'm just over here like, hey, look at that. If you agree with my opinions, put BB in the chat. That's how I know people are paying attention. I'm being punished by platforms. It's amazing. If anything, this reminds me of Iceman's stage from the network transmission, the one that made my head hurt, with its block puzzles. I mean, on some level, Dante being a gay cowboy turned out correct in hindsight, but that's the thing, it was done out of spite. Him turning into a gay cowboy in 5 was a thing that just goes into, hey, look at that, we appreciate the campiness in this series too much to let it go. Forget what you heard at Ninja Theory, we appreciate the Michael Jackson impression. I sense we're gonna be here a bit. Or I could just die. That is always an option. I've been replaying it this week, and man, I feel like the game could have been more solid if it wasn't tied up with the legacy of other DMC games. I've said this for years. It's an alright action game. It's a mediocre Devil May Cry game. Personally, I'm just over here like, if you didn't focus on your anti-establishment message and botch it as hard as you did, maybe this would go off a lot harder. Just dying is always an option. Let me see here. Okay, this works. I wish to commit Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Is this an edgy joke? I hope it's not. If anything, I'm over here thinking to myself, no, Infinite didn't die. It still has its fans, Maximilian. Literally just Maximilian from what I've seen. Okay, playing it fast and loose with the jumping, maybe I should stop that. The real question is, am I only allowed to farm energy directly, or will the E-Tank give it to me? Ugh. I could feel it already. This place makes me want to throw up. Hey look, pay dirt. Although I seem to be trapped now. Ugh. Oh. Well, we're good. You really don't love me if that's the case. Vanishing block stages are honestly the worst ones in the Mega Man games. I believe you. Personally, I'm just over here thinking to myself, if I can game the system a little bit, that would be fine. But at the same time, I don't trust this place one bit. I'm surprised I've survived as long as I have. Also, even playing MGS5, and it makes me think how MGS4 could use a modern park. I want to see robot cows. We've been over this, Noir. The gecko are not cows, they just moo as a disarming tool. If anything, I'm just over here thinking to myself, man, unmanned gears are weird. Especially when you consider the fact that the Beauty and the Beast unit are usually flanked by them, and I'm just like, remember Laughing Raven? Remember when her boss fight consisted of literally shooting sliders out of the sky? I do. If it sounds like one, it is one. Fair enough. I mean, shoutouts to Milky. I don't understand her content, but she really took to the cow lady aesthetic aggressively. Come to think of it, hey Umbra, if you're still in chat, could you explain your gimmick to me? I feel like the most I've heard is that you subscribe to the Slanesh OnlyFans, am I wrong? Wow. It's the horns that low-key tripped me up is all. Alright, Alright. Not having fun with this one. Unsurprisingly, as I succeed, the thing decides to crash. I love OBS sometimes. Let's see. Where are we going? Wow, you seem to not care one bit about what I'm about. Goodbye, Joe. And I have nothing of Airman's thing altogether. Oh, wait. I don't remember. Okay, so lore-wise, I was trying to do some bullshit to pull a baby by making myself a part of the moon for Evil Queen reasons and make a new body. The new body I made couldn't handle the new power and had to settle on spare lying around which was a Minotaur. Well, that was your first mistake, trying to turn yourself into a moon cancer, knowing BB would never share that with anybody. I should know a lot less than I do about this series. Hello, Heat Man. I have nothing you're actually weak to. This'll work, though, I think. Never mind. This is not how this works. Speaking of which, hey, Noir, you my son in Christ, would you like to tell them about my lore while I'm over here trying to pretend to concentrate? Wow, who would have guessed fire does nothing? Who would have thought that wood does nothing against fire? Crash Bomber, though. Nope. More wood, no. Especially when I don't aim it right. Your Lord? No. Lore. Replace that D with an E.
Hoy, what do you say?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Also, Heat Man is another one that got a better redesign in Battle Network. He's the first boss of Network Transmission. I do remember that one for sure. We literally played his theme song, didn't we? Okay, then now if I could just conserve whatever the thing is called for air, man, I think we'll be cooking. I need you out of the way, though. This is not out of the way. In fact, it's quite literally the most in the way you could be. It's almost as if this is your gimmick. Alright. Still playing it a little fast and loose, but I'm trying my best here. Well, my surprise is that we're actually doing this relatively well. And I still don't like you. Scrubbing bubbles looking son of a bitch. Let's see. Alright. Easy enough once you actually know how it works. Alright. Still making better pace than I would have expected. Let's not pretend like we're speedrunners and actually get this done. If I can actually get this to work with me. I was about to say, you could stand and get hit yourself. I will admit though, that is a little bit weird how I have to wait for Crash Bomber to actually explode before I can change back. It's not great, but I guess it is a little bit of a trade-off. Alright, still going with it. By the way, Noir, you also missed me talking about Unleashed, which I have to say, I feel bad for Danny. I will continue to feel bad for Danny. Man deserves a lot better than he got. Then again, he did get a new family with Morgan Freeman and this one girl I am not sure how I feel about beyond she is token girl who actually helps the story move along. She's a lot better than that, I just don't know how to place it. Wait, never mind, I understand. She humanizes Danny, compared to the people who want him as a literal killing machine. And if anything, I'm just over here thinking to myself, hey, look at that. I am very glad he doesn't have to kill anymore, even though his skills are honestly something to appreciate. He gets to play the piano with a real family now. And not the strangely British mob that he has to deal with. Wait, never mind. It's Morgan Freeman that is in England, and not the other way around. Hey. She's quirky, and the boy needed that in his life. I understand. She's not a quirked up weirdo, but she is quirked up. The kind of girl who will eat ice cream before dinner, that's the kind of wholesomeness we're working off of. A rare thing this day and age, not gonna lie. Okay then, this continues to be an uphill battle and I keep sliding off because it's raining for some reason. Why is Heat Man's stage a sewer? I still don't fully comprehend. Is there some sort of hidden allegory to this I'm not getting? Speaking of things I'm not getting, hey, look at that. Remember all those times I've been called Megiddo in other people's chats and I'm just like, no. I would correct you, but at the same time, I would rather not. Also, the one part that's just three throw punches. Yeah, nobody's walking away from that. I hope you like breathing. It's now expired. If anything, I'm just over here thinking to myself, one would probably put you out from a guy like that, but ultimately, sometimes you just gotta really appreciate the savagery of it all. Why? Because this is how you get the catharsis for Danny finally getting to walk away from that. Okay, that was on purpose. It's technically a geothermal plant, but the design philosophy at the day made it look like a sewer. Fair enough, it was the style at the time. A thing that is probably not applicable, but I'm gonna say it anyway because, not gonna lie, I don't expect them to be too accurate with stuff. Speaking of Jet Li, he's starting 4 of 6 Once Upon a Time in China films. I'm gonna have to look into those for sure. What's that? I have time on my hands. I could be doing video editing, or I could be watching Jet Li films. To which I say, hey, I don't remember if Jet Li was in Shadow or not, but I really like that film. You should go watch it. Woo, woo, woo. I want the same strat to work the way it did, please. Oh, please. Whoop, 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 whoop. Well then, I just got hasty with myself there. Isn't that one movie where it's just like, hey, look at that. Everybody is going nuts, and there's new metal in it. I feel like that's the one I thought Unleashed was going to be based on your recommendation. But then again, hey, look at that. I'm the person who likes tokusatsu. Frankly speaking, martial arts films kind of blend into that, you know? It was initially meant to star The Rock. Well, considering how much of a... Yeah, that's about right. I die for this opinion. To which the opinion is currently that The Rock low-key needs to get over himself a little bit. I liked you better back in the Attitude Era, my friend. You feel it wouldn't have been as good? Well then, I'm glad we're in agreement. It's no longer The Rock, it's just Dwayne Johnson. The problem about The Rock is that he likes to play himself in everything he stars in. I feel that. And that's why so many of his movies are 6 out of 10s, you know? Sometimes you just need to let yourself job a little bit. I'll put it this way, I know I tend to play apologetic for the 2006 Doom movie with Karl Urban, but at the same time, that movie was actually pretty well acted. Especially considering that that movie was low-key more Doom 3 than anything else, you know? To the point that there was a literal demo disc for it, so... What does that say? It tells me that I prefer that version of The Rock to what we have now. Also, looking at Mike's comment, I feel the need to go over that. How is it that you people are the ones that actually call me Ichi, and I'm just like, yeah... Frankly speaking, I get the point. Calling me Megiddo just defrauds Megiddo, but at the same time, I kinda want people to know me by the name I prefer, you know? I do like the nicknames, though. Keep doing that, but ultimately it's just, hey, this ain't my name, though. It's a title. Explaining that is a bit long in the tooth in other people's chats is all. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Why won't you die? You're not nanomachines, and you're certainly not my son. Also, Karl Urban is great even in his younger days. Just look at Judge Dredd. Exactly. That movie was actually good. So what does that tell you? It tells me when an actor is willing to not necessarily be the entire face of a film, then somehow you end up becoming the face of that film anyway. Is this an analogy that makes sense? I cannot tell you, but I can tell you I appreciate that kind of work. Come to think of it, it is kind of weird how Judge Dredd also exists in that weird nexus of RoboCop and Total Recall in terms of why are there so many 80s movie remakes coming out all at once? Even though it's literally just the 3, but then again, the Karate Kid was also a thing that existed. And not gonna lie, I don't think Jaden Smith back then had a lot going on for him in the first place. He was the son of Will Smith, and that's about it. If you get the chance, the one is like that gacha aspect of Olympus Company, except your evil multiverse equal comes to your universe to kill you. Sounds to me like certain aspects of the webcomic Leviathan that takes place in the same universe. I'm not going to go into it because I still need to read it, but ultimately...
You swindled me.
Ultimately, I do get what you mean. It's just one of those things. It's just like, hey, look at that. Remember Gemini Man? We have Gemini Man at home. And low-key, this was a better script than Gemini Man. It's more inventive than Gemini Man, let's put it that way. But the novelty of AI-generated young Will Smith is okay, but at the same time, it's not necessarily the thing that sells it for me. Also, apparently, they're making a new Karate Kid that's about a kid teaching an old man karate. Well, gee, that actually might be interesting. I hope it actually works out. Oh, fuck. God damn, this place sucks. I just gotta take it low and slow. Smoke it over Applewood, even. Shout out to Max the Meat Guy. His shorts have been showing up more and more on my feed, and I'm just like, alright, I can appreciate a cooking video. I'm sure his jerky brand is expensive as all hell, but that tends to be how it goes with YouTubers. They can charge what they want for the novelty. Somebody will buy it. Somebody will make this lucrative, if not in the actual business sense, in the tax sense. Can't tell you how true that is, because I'm not a YouTuber, but it tends to be the going theory in my own head, which means it's not a theory, this is me making shit up. Jerky is expensive as hell, period. You're not wrong. Especially if you want good jerky. If anything, I'm over here thinking to myself, what is the ideal road trip snack, chat? This is doing me no favors. The ideal road trip snack is Slim Jim? I don't know. Personally, I'm just over here thinking to myself, I can understand on the cheapness level, but at the same time, I prefer something else, you know? I do appreciate Randy Savage, though. The marketing for that actually helps. May he rest in peace wherever he may be. Okay, maybe I'm starting to get tired, but hopefully not. Give me a second. According to Centrist, it's cracker cheese combos. I feel you on that. I'm more of a... For some reason or other, there's this gas station near me that sells them as pretzels and hot mustard, and I'm just like, I prefer this one. But at the same time, I can't find it literally anywhere else. If anything, what you said right there, that's the go-to for me. Get out of here. I hate you. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, really? I don't know, I feel like the stage is more of a threat than Heatman is. honestly just want to get out of here with a little bit of legitimacy to me still. Let's aim for the best, shall we? Come on now. Get out of my way, please. And then we do this again. And ask ourselves, do we feel good about ourselves, chat? How are we still tonight? Because not gonna lie, I feel pretty decent. I've mostly just been here like, what can I do to improve on my vocal quality? And frankly, the answer has been, surprisingly enough, trying to increase my lung capacity. With actual exercises on top of that, and you know what? It's been doing pretty alright. I feel pretty good. What's that? I have ribs? No, we don't need that. Get rid of that. It's blocking my tender airwaves. What was the question? How do we feel today? Also, apparently Saki was hungry. I am hungry. Oh, hungry for words? No, hungry for a lot of things. You can't talk if you can't breathe, pretty much. And this is why the summer continues to vex me to this day. Because why? Because my airwaves are always blocked. By allergies, no less. Hungry for Heatman's Iron Soul? Exactly. I can't believe you understand me this well. We can do better. We have to do better. You know what? No, that's bullshit. Thank you, technology. It is the one time I will allow that to myself, because frankly speaking, this place is giving me severe agita. Heatman has to die in the name of Mega Man achieving greater strength. This is true. Your soul belongs to me, Shao Kahn. And then Shao Kahn will continue to exist all the same because we need to reboot the universe. Which I ask, if Liu Kang is the one doing the reboot, will this actually continue to exist? Shao Kahn's reign of terror? Oh god, thank you. Also, about the robot talks, do AI characters count for robot conversations or nah? Give me a sec, I am trying to make a point considering... If you disagree, you can fight me. You can see me after class. I'll take that, and good luck to you, Joe. Because I'm about to kill your boss. Okay, now chat, remind me. Which one of these were we meant to use? Because I'm pretty sure it's Airman's, right? Okay, that explains a little bit of what I'm talking about. I was about to say, if you put me back in front of Joe, I was gonna be upset. Okay, Crash Bomber. Oh, that makes more sense, I think. How did you get your health back, though? Oh, okay, somebody lied to me here. Ick.
What?
Wait. There's no legitimacy in this, but it sure is a thing that exists. I think I'm allowed at this point. Okay. And EPU. Ow. Ow. There we go. And it only took a little bit of to get it done. If I win, it's legit. As you know, I'm pro. Remember, cheating doesn't exist unless it's a first-person shooter. True, this is why we cannot play Team Fortress 2 anymore. Hey, look, a message from Dr. Lloyd. Item number 1, completed. Get your weapons ready. And next we get item number 1, which turns us red again. What does it do? Alright, moving along, I would like to believe the next one is either Flash Man or Quick Man. If I have to throw out an AI character I enjoy, it's gotta be Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk. I had no idea he was an AI, though. I was just under the impression it was just Keanu Reeves being Keanu Reeves. If I'm wrong on that, though, then maybe one of these days I should nut up and actually play Cyberpunk. Then again, I'm just of a mind of if I can get it for free, that might change my opinion. I doubt it, though. I'm just over here thinking to myself, no, I still kind of wonder what was on CD Projekt Red's mind when they were doing that. The development cycle cannot have lasted as long as it did for it to turn out like that. Okay, next we go for Fleischmann. Once again, it's all bangers from this point. Although, we seem to be sliding. Once again, I will ask very nicely that I please get a sour please in chat. Flash is weak to heat. Weird how that works. Weird how I am still taking damage. We should be over this by now. Okay, this helps considerably. It's a give and take sort of affair. It's a give Joe our middle finger sort of affair. At the very least, I appreciate the structure of the level quite a bit. I don't think I'm allowed in here though, so... Hey, stupid. But, okay, I hate whatever your name is, Joe, quite a bit. Yeah. Also, essentially the real Silverhand is dead and his consciousness was put on a thumb drive that is very much influencing his character. You start off hating him, then you warm up to him until you just love talking to him. He's basically cyber cancer to V. As opposed to cyber psychosis to the entire cast of edge runners. It's not gonna lie, I feel like knowing that cyber psychosis is 110% treatable is saying more about that cast than anything else. It's saying that they're all a bunch of idiots who are high off of the idea than anything else. And then something about Rebecca and something about how realistically the main character probably would have ended up with Rebecca and that would have ended in a better scenario, but nope. Boy, don't listen. It was about the drive. It was about the lifestyle more than anything else. Wait. Will I learn to jump? Find out today. It isn't 100% treatable until 2077. Literally a year off, though? I don't know, that feels a little bit brain dead to me, but I don't know. I'm not a writer. You think I could be an acclaimed director at Studio Trigger? I don't think I am. They just announced writers for the summer movie and you're not going to believe who's back. If it's Seeker, then frankly speaking, I think I understand well enough. I should be conserving this though. Lopo? Well shit, good for Lopo, I'm glad. Can't believe they're letting all the women writers exist. You would have thought this was not possible out of Yuya Takahashi, but somehow here we are. Speaking of which, hey, look at that, I am excited for tomorrow where we get to see Takeshi Geats 9 put on his new album, and you know what, I think this joke only exists for people who are aware of the rap game. And even then, I'm barely in it for myself. I'm just over here like, I have jokes once in a while, but at the same time, a lot of things haven't been appealing to me lately. I need to fix that, is the issue. Whoop, 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 would you boo? Boo-doo-doo. Hey, look at that. Maybe they care about me after all. Not enough to give me my crash bomber back, but enough to say, hey, keep going. You're doing great. You're a hero. Here's a wife heart. Once again, will I ever stop quoting CDI Zelda? It's not likely. Oh boy, this looks like an issue right here. This man's got hops too. It's a problem. It's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Especially since he can freeze me in air too. I did get him to half health though. What this demands is a little bit of concentration. Wow. I love that for you, but can you not? I feel like I'm being cheated. It's like I've got you in my sights and then you immediately have to get shot. Can Metal Blades save the day? I hope so. They almost could. They legitimately almost could. But then again, welcome to
A test of your reflexes.
Oh well, it's better than expected. We can go all in and maybe learn something. Namely, the idea of what is the flick of your thumb. You should be hitting buttons harder. I don't like it here, Shad. It's weird and wild and it looks cold. And everything here hits with so much range. Metal and heat are your best bets? Hey, look at that. I suppose we have to do the thing that Toei loves, and she'll Kamen Rider double. Then again, they haven't been really doing that as much as they were for a while. If anything, I'm just over here thinking to myself, hey, look at that, shoutouts to Futo PI. True to every statement possible, anime fans do not like tokusatsu. To which my immediate thought is, why, though? It's literally live-action anime, what's the issue? You would do that, wouldn't you, Joe? You got a family, Joe? I bet they'd be pretty remiss to see you doing things this underhanded. You can love both. I enjoy both. I may have problems with both. We were literally just talking about Prisma Ilia, so that pretty much proves my statement all the better. I also have issues with Toei's handling of things half the time as well. So what does that tell you? It tells me I can be a conscientious objector and still enjoy things. Also, this is Flashman's stage. Why did I put that there? Why did it somehow actually get the job done? Alright, my dude, get predicted. Ow. I hate you. I hate you so much. Why do you exist the way that you do? You know what? I'm curious. Good enough. I can sheep him out for the things he's allowed to do. Never mind. We'll do it again this way. I legitimately don't understand why this guy is allowed to be such a bastard. It would be fine if there was something that actually held him in place, but no. It seems like he's just allowed to do whatever he wants. You just need to learn how to time it. Ugh. Hold still. Okay. For a moment I was like, okay, why though? There. Cheating. If he's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too.
A test of your...
And now we can get equipped with attitude adjustment. I can get equipped with accidentally knocking down my stream deck. Oh boy. Amazing how that works. Thank you, Flashman, for even in death continuing to vex me. Let's see, where else are we going? Alright. We only have 2 more before Dr. Wily, so... I assume it's gonna be Quickman. I like that he can actually fuck up people in the real world just straight up. With his ability to stop time, I assume? I know exactly what this needs. Thank you. Also, not gonna lie, Quickman.exe was also one of those net navies that straight up had one of the best theme songs in the game it was in. Also, oh god, this is a thing that still exists. I thought I expected this. Which means I need to run like hell. But I do want that. I do want this. And I do want a little bit of peace of mind. I wish I was smart. There's a lot of fire enemies in this game. Well, gee, with a range like that, I'm gonna call you Reach. Okay, I get. Okay, then. For a moment, I was just like, hey, look at that. That famous Guilty Gear song, Still in the Dark? Yes. Oh. You see, this is what I mean when I say I need a slide button. Also, Flashman could cause seizures. Oh boy. You know what that enemy reminds me of? Block. You know, that one mascot that never actually got to be a thing, but at the same time, we keep calling him the composer 90s Carpenter brought. Why? Because the boss theme was actually legit like that. Really? Okay, I can sense that this is going to be pain everlasting. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen, we're still in it. I shouldn't be using heat against the fire guy. Also, I read that wrong. It's hypnosis. Okay, then that presents a different issue altogether. What's that? The internet is literally rotting your children's brains? No, it's just Flashman. Also, low-key, I'm beginning to see the metal bleeds become a little bit irrelevant, but once again, I guess this is for balance sake. Again, this is me, failing to complete the mission. I understand the assignment, but my execution is terrible. Even still, we're making it work, and I'm glad for that much. It's just a matter of I needed to work harder. Okay, that's bait. I can see that for certain. Get out of here with that. No, I'm not accepting that. can be faster, I swear. There we go. There we don't. I don't need anything here. I just need to move along. I hate it here. I knew command was gonna be like this based off of my own trauma, but no, this is a thing that still exists for me and me alone. Get out of here, Joe. You have pensions to pay. Let's see. Go file your taxes. And then it was quicken. And then it was the world. Which means, wait, how do I attack him though? I do not understand. Okay. Winding that back. Because frankly speaking, some of that is bullshit. He's down to half health though? Oh. I didn't see that. Now I get what you mean. If only I could actually recover some of that whip. But at the same time, the enemies in his stage make me think that this is a good thing? Time stop is only for the laser rooms? I wish somebody could have said that earlier then. I feel like I wouldn't have had to cheat. Okay, speaking of cheating, it's really not. I don't know why I call it that. You can stay there. It's fine. It's fun, even. There we go. They call you Quick Man, but that was awfully It was awfully slow-witted of you. This joke was yabe from the start. And now we get the boomerang, what from the beautiful Joe. A thing that continues to make me happy. Now, where else are we going? Straight. Wait, no, we still have Bubble Man to deal with. E-tanks are 100% not cheating, it's called living. Well gee, I'm living right now, imagine that. Well gee, doesn't this sound like some sort of water world? More important than that, I just want to get out of here. I just want to ask, does a frog come out as an actual frog? This isn't a thing that actually makes sense, is it? Of course. Also not gonna wait. Bubble dies easily to Metal Blade? Oh boy. I'm gonna have fun here. Whoa. Never mind. Like I said, I'm gonna have fun here. Whoa. Ma'am, your children are going in sicko mode. I don't know what I expected. I probably should have expected that.
You swindled me.
Oh well, it's a fresh reset. I can't be mad at that. For a moment there was just like, we keep up the hops? I hope so. This frog is low-key kind of fun to mess with. Okay, let's just keep moving. Apparently could have done bubble right after wood to get it out of the way. I wish I had known. Unfortunate is the state of affairs. But then again, who do I use Bubble Man's weapon on if that's the case? Oh look, it's everybody's favorite 2000s band, Real Big Fish. And much like that, he's been forgotten, just like them. Whoop. Such is the price I pay for the jokes I try to get off. I just want to survive a little bit. That's it. They call me Jump and Shoot Man, not Jump and Die Man. Then Mega Man jumps into spikes and dies. That's how life is. Better yet, if that is the truth of the matter, can I get some of this back? Apparently not. It does make me feel better knowing that I don't have to rely on the cheat weapon. Even though it's not a cheat weapon, it's more a matter of how good am I at the thing that I'm trying to do. Which is apparently not much. No. Take me back to the one I'm trying to do, please. The Sega Genesis is weird. This totally legit Sega Genesis is interesting, that's for sure. Hard to believe that this thing actually came out because of the Genesis Mini. I mean, this particular version of Mega Man. It used to be Japanese exclusive from what I remember. And even still, I'm glad I get a chance to do something with it because I don't think I would have survived NES Mega Man. Mostly out of an aesthetic choice, you know? I've seen enough of Mokoi struggling with it to just go, maybe it's not my thing. Again, it's just a matter of I kind of thought I would do X instead, but no, I wanted to commit to something. We'll do X when X goes on sale again. Wait. If anything, I'm also thinking to myself, was this based on Mega Man 7? Because this particular sprite for Mega Man just kind of reminds me of it. Hey. Alright, let's keep our wits. I need to remember how to short hop. I desperately need to remember that. Better yet, let me get my revenge the right way. What else you got? Too bad the best version of X1 is trapped in the PSP dimension. You're not wrong. And I think we can all agree that it is the best one. Why? Because X is voiced by Mark Gotha, aka Dalmon from G Gundam. And you can't say that man doesn't deserve it. It also reminds me of how for some reason or another they seriously let him phone it in for Gundam Battle Assault 2, and I'm just like, no, it's not the Sekiha Tenkyoken, it's the Sekiha Tenkyoken. Say it with your whole chest. Which I can't because frankly speaking it is too loud. Real shame they also didn't put him in Dynasty Warriors Gundam, but I assume he retired from voice acting before that. If anything, I agree, there will be no slander. Let's see. I just want to go find this funny man that is apparently made of bubbles. I can eat some crab meat though. It's giving my health back. This waterfall texture low-key hurts my eyes though, and I'm not a fan of that. Alright, thank goodness for that. It's nothing but net. I can rest my eyes a little bit. Oh boy, there's spikes on this floor. I mean on the ceiling. What does that tell me? It tells me I need to aim true. And aim true I did. Amazing. And now, Dr. Wily? I think Dr. Wily. Alright. I can only imagine how long this is gonna take. Hopefully it won't be the worst of it, but do I expect a lot? I expect a lot out of this. If anything, I'm just glad people are enjoying things the way they are. It also just makes me go, do you want more retro stuff in general on this channel? Because I think I can give you that. Moving along though. Hey look, this sound doesn't hurt as much as it used to. Hey look, it's the best song in the game from what I understand. And it still sounds just as good. Alright, making it. I'm sorry, what has to happen here? An extra life is good, but what has to happen here? Okay, no, this is the song that was used for the Jam Project song. Okay, there. I'm glad we have that squared away, because for a moment there, I had no idea what you meant, but I understand what you're talking about now. Ow. But why? Why would you betray me like this? I thought we had something of a symbiotic relationship going on. I thought I had something of an ability to not take damage. I do need that, though. The real question is, can I make it work like this? I, in fact, cannot. Oh boy. I want some of this back. If I'm not allowed to get that life, I can at least take what I can get, right? Hey look, I can just go around anyway. Amazing. And you would be guarding that. Doesn't matter. I can just damage boost when I need to. And then, because you're such a good friend, good old metal blades to put the fear in everybody's heart. Hey. I still can't stand you. Well, that accomplished nothing. Let's try this again. If anything, I'm just over here thinking to myself, this is actually a lot better than I expected, and you know what, I'm glad. Mostly because I can just cheat my way through. How many AE tanks do I have? None at all, alright. I will rescind my statement. And immediately ask how this needs to be done. I see. It's not cheating if you win. True. I guess it's not a matter of cheating, it's more about cheaping out the game. You get what I'm saying? Although this feels a bit weird for me. I'm not sure I understand what's happening here. Do I need to be closer to the ground? Well, I mean, it can climb walls, I guess. It doesn't last long, that's for sure. You gotta don't overthink, that's the thing. I'm trying to think, and mostly it's just a matter of I don't understand the rules. I mean, I can do that. But at the same time, it's in combination with a bunch of stuff. Let's try that again. Okay, yeah. Not gonna lie, this is a genuine struggle on my part. I can throw boomerangs, at least. And once you know what, boomerangs actually work. I want to see if I can get some of this back. Ow.
Oh no!
I can tell this is gonna be a thing that makes or breaks me. Especially for how many stages we have still. If anything, this is just going out the Joe being a massive prick. Also, yeah, not gonna lie, it's been relatively forgiving for the most part. I just don't understand this particular issue right here. And I lack the resources to make it happen. I'm feeling a little bit mocked over here with this. Can I just go the other way? No. We could just die. That's an option too. Unfortunate. If anything, I kind of feel the need to just take a moment to breathe a little bit and understand. You remember this happening to the Grumps? What happened to the Grumps specifically? Let me see here. What am I? I'm completely out of items, alright. And they're asking me to hydrate. Alright. Seems legit. Splish! Sounds like somebody needs a towel. Aaron was stuck on a stage like this for an entire playthrough. Now, when you say playthrough, do you mean episode? Because I can't imagine how much ranting and raving involved that. Or rather, how... I'm sorry, words are failing me right now. Hit me again. You know you want to. I'm just gonna stand in Joe's face until he gets sick of me. I know he just wants to shoot. He can't stand the very sight of me. Dr. Wily will not let him. There we go. And this is how he earns his paycheck. Alright. And then we go back in. Ideally with everything we're supposed to have. Good. A few episodes, enough to leave, come back and leave. Oh. Well, gee, that sounds like pain. And not gonna lie, I've seen how the man plays video games. He kinda does it to himself too. I can only imagine it gets worse in a game like this. If anything, I don't know. It's hard to say how I feel about Aaron Hansen these days, but at the same time, hey, look at that. Shout out to Game Grumps. They actually have a gimmick that works. Now here's the question I have, chat. Would you consider me the grump or the one who is not so grump? The answers may determine the way this channel goes. No, it won't. No, it will not. It was the one with the dog. I think that's Mega Man 3. Alright, it's working. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in my life, it's actually working. Of course, this is still a bit of an issue I have right now. How do we get over there? By using item 1 and pretending like we know what we're doing. Which, of course, we really are not. You feel I'm both? Fair enough, I can be multifaceted. Wow. I see. This is not my happy-go-lucky robot game, that's for sure. Can I get rid of you? Of course the health would fall in the cracks like that. They exist to irk me.
Die, monster!
I need you to stop whatever it is you're doing, Joe. You don't belong here. Go home and be a family man, why don't you? Shoutouts to Street Fighter 6, it looks really good. I low-key wish I had it so we can do World Tour mode. I hear very good things. I hear you can rizz up Chun-Li for some reason. It's about the thigh game, isn't it? Well, now this is just not making any sense. Not at all. You can rizz up the ladies? I have no idea. I just know certain people on TikTok have been taking note about the things you can say to Chun-Li, and she will respond. And then there's Cammy out here just showing you pictures of a cat emoji, and you know what? That's Cammy in a nutshell. I can't say it's not. If anything, I appreciate it. What's more unlikely is the idea that any of these women would be using cell phones. You think a happy-go-lucky girl like Chun-Li would bother to use technology like that? No. Personally, I really doubt it. Also, don't mind me, I'm just trying to get some of this energy back. I'm gonna figure this out somehow. Well, gee, Ichi, if you actually paid attention to what has to happen, maybe this wouldn't be an issue. You're right, voice inside the buckle. Maybe I should have actually done a little bit of research before we got to this point, but unfortunate for me, going in blind tends to be how things go. It's a more genuine experience that way. Which to say, hey look, I'm almost at full health. This is an oh baby, that works for me. Now if I can actually make it work. What a surprise, mistakes are being made in real time. And I cannot swap out. Beautiful. Also, boy, you sprung your ankle and it has you in a bad mood. Oh boy, if I don't feel that, I genuinely do not understand half the time. Also, you know what? I have a thought. Joe, would you do the honors? Also, can you use the slow rising ones and then use the ones that go to the side? Only if I'm completely out is the issue. I can't move when I'm on that platform. I have to drain my entire energy tank for that to go. I don't know. It's not making a lot of sense to me. Come on now. I know this is what you want. Thank you. And now we have been set free. Is a thing. Yeah, that's about how I feel at this moment. Personally, I do not understand, and half the time, that tends to be how it goes. I may actually have to do a little bit of research in regards to that, but it is certainly what it is. I still forget that Mega Man is called Rock, only in Japan apparently. I don't know how true that is, but ultimately, I'm not gonna argue. If anything, I'm just over here thinking to myself, this might be where we call it for tonight, 'cause Personally, I feel as though good progress has been made. We literally cleared out the entirety of the Robot Masters. What? How long does this game normally take for people who know what they're doing? I cannot tell you. I lack information in all regards. Let's see. If anything, I'm more of a mind of just let me know what you people would like to see. If anything, if you do want to help me out in regards to some stuff, there may be some sponsored content coming your way soon. I will talk about that in the Discord sometime or another, but let me see if I can take you to somebody who actually knows what they're doing. In fact, hey, look at that, Anubis is currently streaming, so if I could have you hold for a brief moment, I'd like you to have you deal with him, because he's playing Street Fighter 6, a thing that everybody seems to be on right now. So, once again, from me to you, thank you for joining. My name is Megiddo Ichi, emphasis on Ichi, and I will see you again very soon. Stay safe, drink water, ask yourself why I cannot spell. Give me a second. It's 2 zeros in his name. There we go. Even still, I hope you enjoyed your night, everybody. I will be back again probably next week, and I will tell you what we're doing probably tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. As I am currently looking for the thing. Where is the thing? There we go.